Alright, time for some more uplifting news compared to PoE2. We have Epoch, day 2 of the Hypeweek. What do they have in store for us today? Let's see. Hello travelers, and welcome back to the pre-patch Hypeweek blog post number 2. In today's blog post we're covering this complete Sentinel rework and the new skill for the rogue marksman, Heartseeker. We kind of really saw that one in a stream with Carve. We will start with the Heartseeker and save the bigger dive into the Sentinel for the latter portion of this post. If you missed the first installment of our Hypeweek blah blah blah, but us covering a new skill, a complete reworked skill, passive skill changes and other skill changes, we find ourselves with a decently long post. Take a look at the linked table of content to help you navigate and enjoy this longer pre-patch Hypeweek blog post. Alright. Heartseeker is a new rogue skill. Detonating arrow, multi-shot and tail-off arrows, the marksman must recovers area of effect style effects fairly well. However, this has presented an opening for a skill featuring high single target damage. Introducing the Heartseeker, launching a ranged projectile with the ability to recurve to the same target repeatedly. Heartseeker is highly capable in both hit and dot style builds and to bring high health targets to their knees. Becoming available with 30 points spent in the marksman tree, this puts Heartseeker beyond the chain lock, making the new skill exclusive to the marksman mastery. Alright, I mean, you shoot it, right, and then it can bounce to the same target or to other targets. With Heartseeker, you recurve rather. With Heartseeker, you will find a new mechanic in LA, recurve chance. Recurve works differently from other repeating attacks, such as shield throws, ricochets, or shurikens pierces. In these examples, you increase the number of effective hits with a flight increase, such as +2 to ricochets. Whereas with Heartseeker, you will have a recurve chance. Requires a bow, shoot an arrow that seeks the heart of the enemy target, passing harmlessly through other enemies. Whenever it hits its target, it has a chance to continue through it and recurve to strike it again. Subsequent recurve chance is multiplied by 0.8 each time the arrow recurves. If the target dies, it will choose a new target. Animation still kinda abysmal. I mean, it could be better, yeah, but yeah. As long as it's more fun than Ultimatum, it's fine. To shoot an arrow that seeks the heart of the nearby target, passing harmlessly through other enemies. Whenever it hits its target, it has a chance to continue through it and recurve to strike it again. Subsequent recurve chance is multiplied by 0.8, blah blah blah. Starting with a default 100% recurve chance, each Heartseeker strikes an enemy. So it always hits twice, right? And then third hit is 80% chance, fourth hit is 64% chance, and so on and so on. By increasing the recurve chance, the minimum amount of recurves each use of the skill will also increase. For example, with 125% recurve chance, it's guaranteed to recurve at least 2 times from the default 1. And at 157% recurve chance, it's guaranteed to recurve at least 3 times. Yeah, because 0, because it's 1, oh my fucking god. It's 157 times 0.8 times 0.8, which is guaranteed 3 times, yeah. One node in particular can allow a Heartseeker projectile to theoretically continue recurve until it has no longer any targets remaining. Yep. Sorry for the flashbang, guys. As with all the skills in LA, Heartseeker comes with a full skill tree, allowing you to specialize the skill extensively. Not limited to simple number changes, you can change its behavior to emphasize the exact role you're looking for the skill to fulfill. Also, you don't need to find jeweler orbs or support gem tiers, you can just get points by leveling up. Hey. Focus on recurve chance to maximize the number of repeated hits, trigger puncture to share the love with other enemies, or a combination of the above. Minimum recurve chance is kinda OP, right? This could theoretically hit 5 billion times. What? With Shadow Weaver's Grasp, your recurve chance will never drop below 66%. This means every time Heartseeker strikes an enemy, there's a 66% chance it will continue into another recurve and another and another. With no limit to how many times Heartseeker... This is gonna be like giga busted. Like, holy fuck. Because like, you can just keep on attacking, right? You can... It's like one arrow will recurve 66% of the time, right? But then you just like shoot more arrows and they will all recurve. This is just busted as fuck. Arrow of the Ravager. Recurve chance plus 50%, damage plus 50%, cooldown 3 seconds. I mean, this is terrible with this together, right? Like, these two are kind of bad together, I think. Are there caps for dots and Ellie? Not really, no. No, there aren't any caps. Still marksman. Just like detonating arrow one-shot build, I guess. Yeah. I'm not gonna play this anyway, I think. I mean, it looks really, 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 really good though. Nimble threads, recurve chance per dex. Okay. And it's a 1-pointer only, so that should be worth it. Hard drain, at least endgame, is gonna be really nice. And the Rector used Heartseeker arrows have a chance to grant mana and health on hit. How about turning Heartseeker into generator and support skill, stack recurve chance with Heart Drain and quickly watch the mana and health roll in. I mean, you just have this as like your sustain on your main skill as well, I guess. Exposed, Heartseeker's hits have a chance to apply frailty and shred any armor, but it no longer seeks new targets when the first target dies. I mean, this is like focusing it even more on single target only. Straight through, puncture per recurve after death. When Heartseeker targets die, you shoot puncture at a nearby enemy for each recurve it would have triggered after the target died. That seems good with like Shadow Weaver's Grasp. Maybe even also with Arrow of the Ravager. This is your AoE. AoE via puncture. Damage conversion, cold, fire or cold, cold pen per 10 overcapped cold res. This can be pretty good. And then Dragon Fang is the converting to cold damage will also grant access to Frozen Splinter, granting scaling cold penetration. I mean, that's good, yeah. Dragon Fang. You gain access to Dragon Fang after converting Heartseeker to fire. It's like a node after the conversion node, I guess. Consecutive recurves each grant a stack of Dragon Fang for 10 seconds. Higher stacks can only be achieved by a higher amount of consecutive recurves up to a maximum of 20. If Heartseeker recurves twice, you will get 2 stacks. If the next Heartseeker recurves 3 times, the first 2 stacks are refreshed and you will gain a 3rd stack. Okay, what do Dragon Fang stacks do though? They give you bow fire, spell fire, and throwing fire damage. So you could just use this like as a support skill, right, for something else, maybe? Like a spell even. Or a throwing skill. It's not melee though. Ravager's Dart, unique helmet. 49% recurve chance with Heartseeker, up to 75% additional throwing damage with Heartseeker. Wait, is Heartseeker a throwing damage skill? What? It's a bow skill, right? What do you mean throwing damage to Heartseeker? Oh, it converts it to a throwing skill. I should like properly read this maybe. Scales with throwing damage instead of bow damage. Oh, so you can like then use... Wait. You can play like any weapon and like a shield. You don't need a bow anymore then. But you still have to play marksman. You can't play non-marksman, right? If you have no active Heartseeker and armed combat, you throw one at a nearby enemy every 3 seconds, passively. You're limited to one active Heartseeker though. Wait, this part is really fucking down. I mean, this could be a good helmet for like a support setup for Dragonfang if you want to do like some throwing daggers from Cinder Strike. Marksman? Question mark? What? Oh wait, does the skill have like throwing daggers inside of it as well? I think there was like some throwing dagger, like Cinder Dagger stuff inside of the Heartseeker skill as well. So maybe that's what it's for. Of course, Heartseeker isn't limited to the above modifiers. You will find other nodes within Heartseeker which allow it to consume shadows for extra Heartseeker attacks, have Heartseekers drop black arrows, and of course nodes that offer bleed chance, poison chance, critical strike chance, and crit multi, as well as other stacking recurve bonuses. In Season 2, the Rogue comes to the party with a brand new way to make enemies feel the pain and fear the shadows. How many times do you think you will be able to get a Heartseeker to recurve? Alright, so this is like the marksman stuff. And we got a Sentinel rework. Alongside Heartseeker, a second reworked and essentially new skill will be making its debut to Season 2, Volatile Reversal. This bears some reasoning, as neither Sentinel nor Volatile Reversal have been unpopular. In fact, VR has been very popular, but not for a good reason. I mean, what they mean is like it's not been popular, but it has been picked a lot, even though people hate the skill, because it was like too good to not pick it. The current version of VR offers very powerful global bonuses, and as such has been a mainstay at almost every Sentinel build. Yeah, like a mandatory buff skill. That's like the problem it had. Blah blah. Okay, it's just yapping, right? Yap. Rework Volatile Reversal for some time, however, Sentinel being almost propped up by VR, reworking it into a more individual interesting skill rather than an unfun support skill buff would leave many Sentinels option too weak in a place. Thus, Season 2, we're both reworking VR into a new skill with an entire new skill tree and mechanics, as well as providing many buffs and changes across the Sentinel skills and passives to help Sentinels Etera-wide stand on their own without leaning heavily onto one single skill. Let's go. Alright, so now Volatile Reversal is a combo ability that jumps forward in time to a target location and performs a melee attack on arrival. Recasting it within 3 seconds, you can jump back. But then there's some nodes that like make you also not jump back, and you can just spam it forward, I think. Or maybe like spam, but like, you know, use it just forward only and stuff like that. Here you can see it in action. Jump forward, jump back, for example. In this case, it's like shooting some projectiles as well, and also like bringing all the orbs with him, which is some skill tech, some skill nodes you can pick. Rather than being a supportive skill, Volatile Reversal is making its grander appearance as a melee traversal combo skill. As a two-part combo skill, Volatile Reversal allows you to teleport into the enemies landing an area melee attack and allowing for further follow-up before reactivating and teleporting back in time to the original location. Or, if you're happy with the engagement, simply don't reactivate the skill and retain your all-new forward future self. Providing both engagement and disengagement in one skill, Volatile Reversal offers new engagement opportunities to Sentinels and new strategies and build options. While it may be noticed that the skill offers added void spell damage through Vitality Scaling, the skill only deals melee damage by default. But this Vitality Scaling is offered for optional spell-based sub-skills in the skill tree. Yeah, so you can definitely play like a spell, like Vitality Stacker, Void Knight with this skill as well. And then like scale the damage of the balls and stuff like that, right? This seems more like a spell build actually right now. He's like some staff. Maybe? I don't know what this weapon is actually. Looks like new art actually on the weapon. Becoming available with 5 points spent in the Void Knight tree, this places Volatile Reversal before the lock line, making it available to all Sentinels with the right investment. I wonder if you can lock it to only jump forward. I think you can. I think there is a skill node in the skill tree as well for that. Volatile Reversal also offers its own skill tree, blah 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 blah. Let's check out the notes. Nether Convergence. When you jump forwards in time, all your devouring orbs are pulled towards you and trigger a Void Rift, but Volatile Reversal costs additional mana. This is what the character is using in this one, right? Like all the Void Orbs here are being pulled with him and trigger the Void Rift as well. Devouring Orbs triggering Void Rift. That's kind of nice for casters especially. Then we have Accelerationist. When you jump forward in time, your existing Devouring Orbs become older. This causes them to expire sooner. Which I think is good for... you should play around them exploding or something like that. I don't quite remember how the Devouring Orb skill tree looks like. I think it also is getting changed actually. When you jump backwards in time, your existing Devouring Orbs become younger. Okay. Feature Focus. Second combo, jump forward. Volatile Reversal's second combo ability now jumps you forward in time to your target location instead of backwards. But it adds 6 seconds cooldown? Why is it so high? I mean, CDR makes this not quite as bad, but... What? Okay, so like this you can like jump forward twice. Reclaimed action. When you travel at least 4 meters by jumping through time, your next direct melee attack or spell is guaranteed to echo if it is able to. Does this mean you get echo chance on non-Void Knights as well? Because before you could only echo if you are a Void Knight, right? But maybe you have to be Void Knight to enable this. I don't quite remember. This kind of sounds like it's a Void Knight only. What's a Void Knight without echoes? Reclaimed action guarantees your next direct melee attack or spell to echoes so long as you traveled at least 4 meters. Yeah, okay. Great addition with any heavy hitting build to really bring the pain with the initial engagement. Like echo in, I mean VR in, erasing strike or something like that. It's gonna be insane with this, I guess. Void Bolt, this is more spell oriented, I guess. When you directly use Volatile Reversal, you also cast Void Bolt at up to 3 enemies near your arrival location, but Volatile Reversal costs additional mana. When you directly use Volatile Reversal, you also cast Void Bolt up to 3 enemies near your starting location, but Volatile Reversal costs additional mana. So if you VR in place, you get 6 of them. Like, or 2 bolts on up to 3 enemies. Returning Corruption, your Void Bolts return to you. All returning Void Bolts can hit the same targets again. Up to 4 times. Wait, what? Because this is 2 times, and then this makes it 4 times, I guess. Yeah. But it says 6 projectiles. Shouldn't it be 12? Shotgun with all of your balls, all of your bolts. Yeah. Warp time, frenzy, while able to jump back. That's not too bad. I mean, just never jump back, but get the frenzy buff instead, right? Phase reality, where you're able to jump backwards in time. A percentage of your armor mitigation is also applied to damage over time. Okay. This is just like buffs for like melee builds, I guess, or like, yeah, kind of like that. Anchored timeline, reduced max distance, reduced cooldown, no longer traversal. Huh. That could be... Wait, this is great if you wanna do like void bolt stuff, I guess. Like for spellcasters, this is insane, especially, right, isn't it? Void bolt scatter build? Yeah, maybe. Can do fire water reversal, void essence, trigger abyssal echoes, fire paladin, volatile reversal, spell damaged guy, maybe. Who knows? Symbols of hope. While volatile reversal may have the spotlight for the Sentinel rework, as mentioned, there's a whole lot of other changes coming to the class with this update in both skills and passives. Let's start by taking a look at some of these with one of the most significant changes, Symbol of Hope. Isn't this a skill called Sigils of Hope? No longer. This is Symbol of Hope and no longer Sigils of Hope. It's now just a symbol. In the future we will be adding the Sigils system, which left a bit of confusion with this skill. With the mechanical changes, we felt there was no better opportunity to resolve that confusion with a small name change. The mechanical change, not so small. Every 2 seconds, summons a symbol that orbits you, without having to press it anymore, causing you and your allies' attacks and spells to deal 3 additional fire damage, increasing health regen by 20%. Activate to consume the symbols, granting 100 ward and 5% less damage taken per symbol for 3 seconds. So now the active press is a like defensive buff. Like a panic button in a way, whereas the sorry, the skill on its own passively gives you like more damage. Like Volatile Reversal, Sigils of Hope, Symbols of Hope? Oh no, the old Sigils of Hope became an annoying factor. Yeah, for sure. So I like both of these reworks for sure. It's really nice. There's new differences in the skill tree itself, Divine Flare Branch, Ward Generation, new passive bonuses, and increased critical strike chance. Bad chest, dude. Holy shit. Crazy. Orion's Sun Seal. Of course, this means this one will be changed, right? Symbols of Hope is automatically activated when damage taken leaves you below your endurance threshold, consuming 71% of its cooldown and mana cost. Yeah, it's reasonable. Also, it increases symbol gain rate now. Yeah, that's a reasonable change to Orion's Sun Seal. That's still good for sigil builds. Really nice, actually. Like, it's still like it generates them faster, symbols. So you can press it more often if you want to actively, and also you get this like circuit breaker thing. Time Rod, boiled down. Time Rod is now a viable build path for Void Knights. Time Rod is an ailment that deals 60 void damage over time, increases stun duration by 5%, lasts 3 seconds, and stacks up to 12 times. While most ailments depend on achieving as high of a stack count as possible, don't let that dissuade you from the new Time Rod. With many new sources being able to reliably apply Time Rod and newly available augmenting passives for Time Rod, such as the extremely powerful Void Knight Rod Grip passive, Time Rod offers other routes for scaling than just stack count. There were like some crazy like damage per Time Rod node, I think, in like Erasing Strike and Void Cleave maybe as well. So if they haven't changed those, if it's easier to apply Time Rod now, like those skills could be insane. Void Grip. Your hits have a chance to inflict enemies with Time Rod. Additionally, Time Rod deals more damage per 1% global chance to slow with Void skills, more damage per 1% global Time Rod chance with Void skills, and more damage per 1% increased melee attack, throwing, or cast speed, whichever is lowest. Whichever is lowest. What? Lowest. Money? Wait, here it says attack or cast speed, and here it says attack, throwing, or cast speed. Which one is it now? I mean, this is definitely still a good node. Like, is it good for any Void build, almost? I think as soon as, like, have any Time Rod synergy in your skills, it might be, like, really, really good, actually. I mean, this is a passive, right, from your Void Knight passive tree. 25 points in Void Knight passives. It's like behind the lock. With the Sentinel rework, a total of 65 passives have been changed between all masteries. That's a few too many to cover in a blog post like this, so for the full details you'll have to wait for the patch notes on the 11th. For today, we're gonna cover some of the bigger new or changed nodes, while almost all of these passive changes are in Void Knight and Paladin, with Forge Guard recently getting some attention. Forge Guard is still getting a very powerful new passive with Forge Master's Might. You can equip a shield alongside a two-handed axe, mace, sword, or spear. Oh, it's just like Giant's Blood for Forge cards, kinda. While you have a two-handed weapon and a shield equipped, you and your minions deal less damage and have less attack and cast speed, and haste grants you block chance instead of increased movement speed. Wait, block chance on haste? What? %20 less damage though. And additionally like 10% less attack damage. Okay, is that two-hander worth like 20% damage loss? Should be, right? Possibly. With the Monument of Protection, we introduced a dual-wielding shields option. I mean, this is definitely better than like fucking dual-wielding one-handers and then like getting 8% more damage taken or whatever it is, right? Enables some uniques, yeah. Enables like double uniques, two-hander and shield. Dual wielding shields option. The next logical step was wielding a two-handed weapon and a shield. Wait, what is Monument of Protection even? What was this? I don't remember this. While no current characters have 4 armed dual wield two-handed weapons, we do feel like Forge Guard's mastery of weapons gives them enough of an edge to efficiently wield one with a single hand. Sword of Raya. Melee ignite chance 20%. More ignite chance 50%. It's just a paladin ignite node, right? 45 nodes deep. I mean, the 50% more ignite damage is pretty insane, isn't it? Like, imagine playing anything that's not paladin for ignite now with us 50% more damage by just being a paladin. That's insane. Offers a threshold bonus granting major boost to all ignite damage when you activate Holy Aura as well. Oh, whenever you activate Holy Aura, it causes... Oh, it's more damage on Holy Aura, right. Not quite as insane then, compared to like this being active all the time, but still great. Holy Precision. You have increased chance to critically strike and additional crit multi. But it's 100% crit chance? Like, well, not flat, but like... And it's 50% crit multi. This is base, this is 3% base crit chance, which is also insane. A lot of power, but limited to lightning damage. Wait, how is it limited to lightning damage? Huh? Is it just for like lightning crit spear or something? I guess. It's behind the lightning node. Oh, it was for lightning only right now. And they are making it universal now. I can't read. Okay. Whoa. Wasn't this one OP as fuck? This is in Void Knight, right? Yeah. Slow and frailty chance, 50% each. What the fuck? What? 50% frailty chance? Huh? That's insane. Abyssal Fluctuation. You deal 0 damage when you're dead. True. Abyssal Fluctuation offers a powerful and thematic method of taking damage reduction for the Void Knight, converting up to 50% of elemental damage taken to void damage taken, reducing all void damage taken. Holy. What? It's just 20 DR. Oh wait, it's not for physical though. What's the craziest damage shot in LA? Is it physical as well? It's still good, of course, but... Void kinda has some big hits. Hold on. I mean, you just stack armor for physical, right? Mono mods like extra damages elemental, maybe. And you can also just like not take those, I guess. Skill chain is continuing with a theme of too many changes to show in one blog post. Sentinel is also receiving changes to 22 of its 26 skills. Fucking finally, they're like properly rebalancing their stuff. Let's go. Devouring Orb has received an adjustment to its base functionality, now passively dealing void damage over time and to enemies within its area of effect. Nice. It actually does something on its own. Inside the skill tree, you will find many changes and even some entirely new nodes. Two of note being the new all-consuming node and the reworked Abyssal Rush node. So while you're moving, you will automatically cast the Warring Orb if it's not on cooldown and you have enough mana. Okay, I mean... what? You just get auto-cast while moving now? Okay. That's very good. When you directly cast non-orbiting Devouring Orb within the area of an existing Devouring Orb, the new orb consumes all existing orbs to deal more damage in a larger area per orb consumed. However, the new orb also deals less ailment damage per orb consumed. Okay. So, it nerfs the passive damage over time, right? But it will deal more damage with, like, rifts and hits, possibly. Or more Lumlock, yeah, true. Javelin. While Javelin has had its added damage... I mean, if you play Abyssal Rush and just, like, scale damage over time, isn't that basically like RF? More or less. Javelin. While Javelin has had its added attack damage, effectiveness increased from 250 to from 200 to 250. The biggest changes for Javelin can be found in its skill tree nodes. This includes Divine Fury no longer being incompatible with Siege Barrage. With both nodes allocated to each Javelin that rains down will create lightning spears. In addition, many nodes have received adjustments to provide more power to Javelin builds, as well as compensate for the Volatile reversal changes. Very nice. Then we also have Monster Piercer. Javelin hits deal more damage. I mean, okay, that's just more damage now. That's not very creative, but okay. It's not for dot though, it's only for hit. Which is nice. Javelin hits have a chance to fully apply frailty per point of strength, and a chance to shred enemy physical resistance per point of dex. Okay. Didn't the skill scale of dex and not strength? If you're a Void Knight, you don't need this, right? Because you can just pick this node. But then again, I guess most Javelin builds are not gonna play Void Knight. It's more a... who knows? Maybe like two-handed spear, shield, forge guard, Javelin is good now. Maybe. Multi-strike was a garbage skill, mechanically at least. I don't know, like performance-wise maybe as well. Receiving a number of numerical adjustments along with one very big node. With a Blade Storm, your additional swords are able to consume mana and in exchange strike the same enemy. Holy. And actually shotgun. This makes multi-strike not hit like just a soft noodle, right? Far more formidable against individual targets if you can sustain the cost. Multi-strike has also received a buff to its hitbox, making it reliably landing those primary hits feel much smoother. That should be nice. Shield throws an ability that previously required a number of passive points to get it up and running as a primary skill. Yeah, that's kind of like what I disliked about many skills in LE actually. Like, you couldn't play the skill right away. You had to like allocate like 10 nodes to even make it playable at all. There's the force wave thing as well, the shield bash skill as well. That's kind of similar. It's just terrible. Considering this was a style that was generally preferred for the skill, we've adjusted its base functionality to reflect this, removing the initial cooldown and reducing the cost. Nice, 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 nice. While it still requires the shield to return before throwing out a new shield, it now only costs a single skill point in the first ring of the 3 to remove that restriction. Alternatively, you can add a cooldown to the skill and further specialize it to be able to ricochet to yourself and grant additional benefits with that. These changes free up skill points and, combined with other nodes, node changes throughout skill throw, make it much smoother and a more formidable skill. Yeah, that seems like a very nice change, like mechanical change to shield throws. Well, I like it. Smelter's Wrath, are they adjusting the visuals to this? Because it looks like made by a 5-year-old in paint. Smelter's Wrath is receiving some fairly significant number changes and an important mechanical change. While many nodes on the tree are receiving some love, the added attack damage effectiveness of Smelter's Wrath is being increased from to 600% from 450. Mechanically, Smelter's Wrath is being changed to now grant more damage based on charge, up to 100% more damage at maximum charge, from 50% more hit damage, blah 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 blah. This means that reducing your charge time will no longer reduce the benefit received from this effect. Effects in the tree that are for each second channeled remain unchanged though. I mean, I think this is still gonna be garbage. Maybe not. Like, the changes look nice, for sure. And maybe it's gonna be like a good boss killer ability. Maybe it's kind of like the forging strike, perfect strike in PoE2 kind of. You can now actually be tanky? Surely, yeah. Oh, Vengeance looks a lot better as well, I think. The last skill we'll be touching on today is Vengeance, with 10 to 8 lines of patch notes just for Vengeance skill tree changes. Vengeance has a new outlook on life in Season 2. This includes changes to Iron Blade, offering a way to get to 100% chance to both Vengeance and riposte hits, Forged weapon generation, and full Fire and Void conversion options while keeping its highly defensive strengths. Like Mighty Strike, its base hitbox has been increased to help make striking with an attack, with the attack feel smoother and more forgiving. Yeah, I think I might play Vengeance actually, from what I've seen. Maybe not. Like Vengeance as a filler, you know. Vengeance as a filler, and then like Volatile Reversal, Erasing Strike maybe for burst or something like that if I play Void Knight. I mean, VR Void Caster seems really nice too though, I have to say. But also Forge Guard, like with two-hander, right? Like there's so many cool things now actually. I think I'm not gonna... I think Paladin looks probably the most boring to try out of the Sentinel classes, but it's still Paladin, right? It's still as strong as fuck. Like 100%. Yeah, two-hand shield Forge Guard. But like what skills do you play? I mean, depends how good like the fire conversion on Volatile Reversal is maybe. You can, I mean, you can still play VR, right? Maybe. The Time Rod stuff looks kind of fun as well. Yeah, for sure. And if there's still the like more damage to enemies with Time Rod stacks on like Erasing Strike and so on, it's gonna deal insane damage. Not just the skill itself, like the dot itself, but like the synergies it provides should be still insane. Anyway, what do you guys think?